Buongiorno. My name is David Marsh, and it's a pleasure to have this opportunity to talk to you very briefly about why CLIL now. There are 5 major changes going on in the world, and they are driven by 5 forces. All of these relate to why people like yourselves perhaps reach out for innovation through various ways of doing and handling teaching and learning, such as CLIL. And these 5 actually explain why CLIL has come into our educational lives and why it's very likely to stay here for a very long time. The first one is educational transformation. You know, many of us are working in systems that were designed over 100 years ago, and even if they were suitable for children over 100 years ago, they're no longer fit for purpose now. We have to have change because in some of our countries, these systems are actually broken when it comes to preparing children for the 21st century. They say it takes 30 years to change an educational system. We don't have 30 years. We need to act now. And in the last 13 years, CLIL in certain educational systems has brought about big educational transformation. And transformation is something that doesn't just happen and go away. It's something that needs to happen all the time. CLIL is very important for that. The second one is English language as a commodity. Like oil, platinum, water, there is a great hunger for English. We need more English in some countries, faster, of a certain type than we ever did before. Or in some cases we realize now that we need more. So we had to look for ways of producing better results with a wider range of children. This second driver has been very important in terms of why CLIL now. The third one is digital as a first language. Some would say digital as a second language. Students aged between 8 and 18 years old, they are exposed to some 55 or more hours per week using media-rich environments. This is phenomenal if you compare it to 25 or 30 hours a week that they spend in schools. These young people are living interconnected and integrated lives, and they need interconnected and integrated education to complement that. We don't have to change everything to suit the child, but we have to be complementary in how we teach and learn subjects, including languages. Education where neurons that fire together, wire together, is absolutely essential for this generation, this internet generation, Generation Cyber. They want to learn as they do and do as they learn. CLIL methodology is excellent for providing this in terms of learning language and subject, as probably you well know. The fourth driver is equity. If you raise the bottom 20% of any school system in respect to an area or competence or across areas, you have a big impact on the middle 60%. That means that 80% of a system can be transformed quite quickly if you extend the opportunities to the bottom 20%. CLIL is used for the bottom 20%, can impact on the middle 60%. It's a fantastic opportunity to offer an openness of access to language, to quality education for a broad range of children. Equity is a matter of good for everyone. It's not just a political or social word. The fifth driver is expanding the scientific knowledge base. Scientific knowledge is building up in an exponential way. It's just rising and rising and rising. Some areas show that scientific knowledge is doubling in 18 months. And when scientific knowledge is coming into our world, it is increasingly, if not often exclusively, in the English language. CLIL does not need to be about English. No, it can be used for any language. But the purpose of actually using it to ensure that young people can access the technical and the scientific worlds is really upon us now. So the major fifth driver for CLIL is that the children of today who become the university or college students of tomorrow actually have access, immediate access, not delayed access, to the scientific knowledge that they need. These things are happening very, very fast. If you, as a teacher, as an educator, want to have your finger on the pulse, you need to be involved in innovation. There are various ways of innovating. If you're interested in languages, in internationalization, in competence building, perhaps that's one reason why you're watching this brief video on this CLIL website. So what I'd like to say is welcome on board to the CLIL community as an educator in this brave new world, and arrivederci.